How you doing all? And welcome back to the Midweek Mumble on a Wednesday. How you all doing? I'm Brian, the Peaky Biker. So, first of all, what we're going to quickly do is just run through the checks that are going on along the bottom. So basically, this is an over 18s channel. So if you are under the age of 18, then you do need to click off, please. Secondly, there might be some swearing, so if you're sitting next to somebody who doesn't like swearing, then stick some headphones on. Don't switch off, just put some headphones on and you'll be fine. You'll have a laugh. So right then, I'm just going to quickly say a few lows who have already jumped in here. We've got Fentua already here. Andy Arab jumped in earlier on just to say that he'll be listening from work. John Pell. We've also got Real Riders podcasts. So again, if you're into the podcast kind of things and the lives, have a look at them guys because they do some really good podcasts. We've also got me mucker Danny. We've also got Motocrad as well. Again, a lot of these people who are going to be coming up are going to be YouTubers. So just check their channels out. We Mark as well. We've also got Peaky Paul here. And there he is, Mark from Leeds. So, yeah, and we've also got Glenn here. So, what I'm going to quickly do is introduce my first guest and also another host who's hosting this, who is Stevie, Exeter Rider. How you doing, mate? You okay?
Hello, Brian. Thanks for having me along. And thanks to everybody on my channel tuning into his live show. It's very confusing, but it all makes sense.
It is confusing a little bit. But all as it is basically what you can do on StreamYard now is, so if, for example, for tonight's my live, but Stevie can log into it and stream it on his channel. So it's almost like a shared live almost.
It casts the net a bit wider, doesn't it? So
yeah, and it does, and it just saves people having to try and find the Peaky Biker live or anything else. Do you know what I mean? And we can all get on flowingly. Who else we got here? Tony Jackson. Oh, he's been hijacked because Paul. And now we've got. So if you guys watch this channel a lot, you'll know this face. He's always on here. And he's Phil from.
Oh, not him again.
He absolutely looks like he's freezing to death. He looks like he's sat outside. But how you doing, okay? Right.
Yeah, it's absolutely freezing. I don't know why I have to do this in the workshop.
I don't know. Mate,
there's nowhere else in the house to get away from everyone. That's the problem.
If I was you, I'd have run the bath and just pretend you're having a bath for an hour. You know what I mean? That's all. Just sat in the bathroom.
I think that'd have pulled in the views, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. If it's that cold, you won't see anything, so don't worry about it. So the first little topic that we're going to kick off on today, and we'll just see where it leads to. But basically, I've been over to Wales today. At the minute, I'm in Shrewsbury, so it's not too far from me. But I headed out towards Aberystwyth, and then basically on the way back, I hit the bottom end of Snowdonia, dropped into Bala Lake, Lake Verney, and then I headed back. But some of the roads today, I don't know about you guys, especially Stevie, living obviously down south a bit more. What I've noticed lately is, I don't know whether it's that the farmers just ain't bothered or what, but the mud on the road lately is just absolutely plastered in and around Wales. I've never known it this bad, honestly. I've never seen it this bad, honestly. There were sections today where it was just literally just pure mud, pure mud, and you could have been off-roading. Honestly, you could have been off-roading.
Yeah, I have noticed it a little bit more in Cornwall than what I do in Devon, really. But it's just a sign of the times, isn't it? The farmers have got a lot of issues with what's going on politically with the inheritance thing and all that. So yeah, they're going to take a bit of a knock on that. So I guess they're just not tidying up the lanes so much, are they? Maybe. But
I've just never noticed them this bad before. Whether it's because I might have not gone that far if I'd had a road bike or down some of the lanes. Do you know what I mean? But they just seem even some of the the normal roads are absolutely caked. Even the major roads are absolutely caked. So you know, I kind of feel like is it just that time of year where they're that busy they can't clear the roads off, or are they just like we can't? Not the fact they can't be bothered, but you know, I've never seen it this bad before. I don't know how it is in the north or the east or the south.
Fine down here. It's not too bad. Normal, really. Unless you go off the beaten track.
There's been a lot of
it then, aren't you?
With all the water we've had and the rain and the snow, there's been a lot of wash off coming off the bankings and stuff as well. So the roads around our way out, there are even roads where the farmers aren't going are filthy. So.
Yeah. Do you think you're looking out for it a bit more now, Brian, as well? Because with your new off-road skills, do you think you're looking for more muddy roads, do you think? Or?
Genuinely, mate, I'm at the point now where, like, I never used to do this before, but I'll quite happily go, let's have a look at that track. Even if I'm only doing 100 yards and then, you know, it's closed or there's a gate there and it's locked or whatever, then I'll turn around and come back. But I know on that video I fell off a lot, but it has actually made me a little bit more confident to at least go and explore it. And secondly, like I don't feel absolutely terrified turning that BMW around, even if it's on a hill or a slope or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? If I drop it, then I can just lift it. You know what I mean? Now I've got the technique, I can lift it up, leave it in gear, you know, put the stand down, all the rest of it, and get back on the bike. But
it definitely opens up a new world. You know, when I get the loan bikes and I get an off-roader, I find a whole new world that I've lived here for 47 years. And when you get out into the lanes and really proper explore, even you can turn around the corner and you can see the coast. Like, you know, it's just wonderful way of getting around. It's brilliant. Certainly this time of year when it's all muddy and slimy as well. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I must admit that what it has showed me and what I am looking at now is a smaller, lighter bike, 100% now, because you know I had a couple of times today and the front went slightly. I didn't panic. Do you know what I mean? But it was a kind of like oh
yes.
God. Do you know what I mean?
Thumb twitcher.
Yeah. But you know, at least on a lighter bike, you've got you can put your foot down, have a bit of a dab or something.
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't take much for a BMW 1250 to start going, and it's just gone, isn't it? You know, as soon as you reach sort of 15 degrees or whatever, that's it. Game over. And when you're on your own as well, you've got to be really careful because it's very easy to snap your neck and you'll be stranded out there, won't you?
Yeah. Like I say, it was just one of them. You know, I'm actually now looking because I want a bike that I haven't got to buy a van, so I don't want a 125 or a 250. I want something that I can actually get to the trail, do a trail, and get off the trail kind of thing. So something like a 400 or a 450 or something like that I can. It's going to obviously be heavier than a 350 and a 250 and a 300 and all the rest of it. But at least then I can actually get to the track and or the trail, and you know it's not going to be as heavy as that BMW to pick up at the end of the day.
Yeah, something like. Are you looking at like an old second-hand or brand new?
Brand new.
You're looking brand new. You're gonna go for like a rally or something like that.
I ain't gonna say at the minute. I've already test rode one, and it absolutely ticked all the boxes, and I was absolutely blown away with it, if I'm being honest. But I'm going to look at a Husky 501 next week. So again, I just want something big enough that I can get to the trail rather than having to, you know, fork more money out and having to buy a trailer or, you know, buy a van that I've got to put the bike in the back of the van, and you know what I mean. It's just all extra cost. But yeah, you know, you've got.
What are the Huskies like for parts then? Are they still quite good for parts?
Yes, so I believe, mate. Like I say, you know, the one I'm looking at. Unfortunately, it's only on on Facebook, but the bloke was just saying that he's had it 3 years and it's done about, I think he's done about 40 mile on it in 3 years because he's been ill. He says so it's just been sat here. So and we've got a mutual friend as well. So I'll just kind of double check the story just to make sure it was right. And my mate Adam was just like, yeah, no, he's been ill for years now, and he ain't moved it. So, but yeah, it's just one of them. I just, and what's Peacock's Paul saying? Everyone's going nuts over these Vogue 900s ECT, but don't see them must drive a 4R1 fully loaded brand new for. There's a few bikes coming out now. It's like the you got that KTM 390. That's supposed to be. It's supposed to be really good, but the two or three reviews I've watched on that 390, they're just saying it's more of a road going bike than an off road bike.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not actually that great on the off road stuff. The other one that
it'd be interesting to see what KTM, if they're bringing out this 390, what all the recent issues that they've had. How it's going to impact bringing out new bikes, isn't it?
Yeah,
because my local dealer now pretty much shut down. Well, I say they shut down KTM. They're still KTM dealers, but you don't see them in the shop out the front.
No,
they're gone. So
no, I believe they've knocked all the VAT off the new bikes.
Oh, really?
That's why a lot of people are
you need to do something, don't they?
Yeah, so they've knocked all the VAT off the bikes.
That says a lot on itself. That wouldn't fill me with confidence, to be honest, if they're going to start doing that.
No. It's like Dave Ramsey saying there. Go on, Phil.
From the dealer perspective, they might not get the bikes kind of forced onto them as much as they used to, because that was one of the issues they had. They'd over-manufactured and were forcing the dealers to take them on.
Yes.
Which was causing them to go bust. So, maybe a bit of a reset and bit more consideration towards the dealerships. Yeah, it'll be all right.
And it's not just KTM doing that. Most of the brands are doing that. Certainly since 5.5, or the Euro 5.5 have come out, they're all pushing to get the bikes out. To keep the turnover going through.
They've got to be registered, are they?
Rid of the well, exactly. Yeah, they haven't even sold the pre-reg ones yet, let alone loading even more. They're flooding the dealers. And they're not selling enough. So I feel sorry for the dealers, to be honest with you. It's not the brand's fault. It's just the way this Euro stupid rules are playing it, causing problems.
It's like Dave Ramsey was saying there. This video I've watched about it's got the Himalayan, the Honda 300, the 450, what's it called? The Summit 450 MT.
Oh, the CF Moto
450 MT.
Yeah.
And what's the last one? Oh, the KTM 390.
Oh yeah.
So and basically they're just saying that the 300 round this little track was the quickest one, but it's the lightest one. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
I think if I was getting like a cheap second-hand off-roader, I'd go for something like a KLE 500 or something like that, or an old Dominator.
Oh yeah, I remember the old Dominator.
Pick them up there cheap, and you wouldn't mind dropping it. Wouldn't really bother you too much.
Yeah, that's one thing they said on this on this review that they did of these bikes. They're saying that the suspension on that 300, that Honda 300, just eye up to what it should be. It's too springy, too soft, and them just, you need to spend another, $5,000 on the suspension to get it up to a standard where, it's you can, a decent rider can use it, because at the minute they're just saying that the forks are too soft on it.
Ryan, what I might do actually, just for my lot, because obviously this is going out on my channel as well. Phil, you've got a clothing shop, is that right?
Well, we've got a chain of motorcycle clothing and gear shops. So
Yeah.
it,
I just
they're all
wanted to
kind
just bring you in, really.
yeah, a bit more north than you. So
Yeah.
we're in Manchester, Leeds, and there's one in Claycross near in Derbyshire. So they're the three we've got at the moment. But yeah,
House business at the moment, pretty quiet, I guess, is it?
it's ticking over all right, to be honest. It's the quietest time of the year, but yeah, it's ticking over. But you know, social media doesn't stop, so I don't get a break.
No. Have you ever thought of digressing into selling bikes? Or was that, I know it's a different ball game, really, isn't it?
I think we looked at it, or my boss has looked at it in the past. I think they were looking at maybe, because we were city centre, there's a lot of electric stuff being used for deliveries. And obviously, as a servicing bike, there's hardly any servicing involved in them. So it's something we could run without having a massive workshop. So I think that
just folk finding.
It has been looked at it. Joe looked into, but it's as a clothing shop now, we've expanded so big that there's no room left. We're stocked to the girls. So yeah, it's
and you kind of start a new monster then, don't you? If you start going down being a dealer,
exactly,
it's yeah.
And you know,
stick to what you know best.
Everything that's happened recently, the dealership. So we're kind of lucky that people who aren't buying new bikes are still buying clothing for their old bikes. So
yeah,
it's still all right for us at the moment. So.
What about the heated gear? I guess that's getting more and more popular, is it? Gloves and jackets and things.
It is, but I mean, like when you look at percentages of who's riding, the highest percentages are summer, so fair weather riders. It is a second vehicle. It's a hobby vehicle, not anything other than that. And then you get the guys who ride right through. Heated gear though is a game changer in it, to be honest.
Oh, I've never had it. I've never had heated gear, but I'm interested in having a heated jacket because I've been out a couple of times last year and I really felt it. And once you get cold, you just cannot warm up again, can you? So it's definitely something I'm looking. You know, I'm interested in. You know, to be honest, there's so much out there. I don't know where to start. To be honest with you, that's the problem.
Yeah, the only place I've ever got cold is fingers and toes. I've never got cold myself. So I think if I was going down the route of buying like heated kit, it would be socks and gloves, and that would be it first. I'd never go from there.
So you say you never got cold on your sort of chest area, yet you're in your garage with your coat on and your hat.
Yeah.
And me and Brian are in t-shirt.
This is why I don't get cold. I've got all the quilted, this, that, and the other on.
That's your pajamas, is it?
Always wrapped up warm.
Yeah. See, me and Martin, we use the heated, the Kai's heated stuff, and that just plugs literally. It's one plug straight into the bike that comes straight off the battery. So you just literally plug it all into the jacket, and then like for me, my feet get cold instantly. So I've got heated socks. So I'll just plug the socks into the jacket.
Heated socks?
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
My feet get cold instantly, mate. I swear to God. You know, obviously, when I was in the army, I got cold weather injury in Kosovo. So my feet just get cold straight off the bat. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I have heated socks, and then I plug that into the jacket, and I plug the heated gloves into the jacket as well. But the only things I put on is the gloves and the socks. It's very rare I put the jacket on, but it's just easier to plug it into the jacket than to have all the wires everywhere. But yeah, it's just.
So what happens if you get off your bike and you forgot that you've got it plugged in?
It just pulls out. It's just like a female and male socket. You can. It just comes out dead easy. It's not like you're not like
an AV plug, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what's the damage on one of them? A Kais one?
I pass, mate. I know that new mesh jacket's about 220 at the minute.
Yeah.
So but like I've got like mine's a bit more like a fleece. Mine's actually like a jacket rather than like the ones now. Like I said, they're more this mesh material. So it's softer and it's more stretchable and all that lot like.
Yeah.
So, I'd you know, if you're going to ride your bike all winter, then I think for me it's a massive game changer. Knowing that you're not going to get cold.
Yeah. I think it would make me go out more if I had some decent stuff rather than just thermals, because they're right up to a point.
I wonder what the smallest bike you could run all that stuff on would be. Because I know 125 struggle to power stuff like that.
It's not a good idea on a 125.
Yeah, I wonder whether like 250 would do it, or whether you need at least a 400 or something to have all the plugged-in kit and, before it starts really struggling.
I would say 300 onwards, really, at minimum, isn't it? Yeah. 450 ideally, but 300 to do it.
Yeah. Just going to put at this point on wee marks, but so if you have because they do heated insoles as well, so the heated insoles are actually probably better than the socks, if I'm being truthful, because they get warmer, a lot warmer, and that your feet will get cold with them. But yeah, it's just
need get a Camelback full of warm coffee.
How's that going to warm your feet up?
Just take the bloody car.
Put the Camelback on your feet when you stop.
The car out. Just take the car out. Just put your rally bike in the back of your van and drive to where you want to ride.
It's funny as you get older, because I used to be a diehard. I'm out in it. If it's raining, I'm still going. I got my all weather gear and all that. And in the cold, I still kept going. And these days, cannot be bothered to get all the gear on, just for a 10-minute trip across town. Nah, forget it.
It's funny. We were talking with a customer the other day, and he really, really wanted a leather jacket. And I was like, when it starts raining, when it gets cold, this isn't going to be your all-weather kind of kit. And he's like, I don't care. I really want a leather jacket. And I said to him, both me and Phil, Joe, the other Phil, both basically, when you get going and all you've got is leathers, you wear it all year round. You freeze to death, but nothing stops you, does it, when you're new to it?
No.
Regardless.
Yeah. You sort of hit 40, and then you think, nah, I don't want to do it anymore.
Actually, I like my creature comforts as well as right.
It's like when I go out though. I mean, like if I've been out before, I won't purposely go out in the rain. Do you know what I mean? But if I know it's going to rain, or it's the UK, ain't it? So it probably will rain. But I like I say that's when I put like my rucker stuff on rather than wearing the BMW stuff. If like today, it wasn't going to rain at all today, so I've used my BMW stuff. But if on the occasions that I do go out, even if it's cold, because that rucker stuff, it's 3-layer laminate, so you don't really get the wind chill effect on you because it doesn't go through. So, but
see, all my gear is all crappy gear, really. I've got some Oxford stuff. I need some new textiles, but to be honest, I got through last year without it. So, see what next year brings. But I do need to get a new setup. But I don't think I would want to go down the rucker route. I think it's just a little bit too much for me at the moment. The way last year it was. So hopefully this year will be a bit more financially better. But
get in touch with us when you're ready, when you want to start looking at stuff.
Yeah, to be honest, Phil, I'm interested now. Maybe we could have a quick chat after. But yeah, I'm after some textiles.
Yeah. We've got a load of the Risha stuff in, which is all Gore-Tex. So laminate, non-laminate. There's a good range of Risha, and as we've seen with Richie's triple celebrities, that stuff kept him warm and dried, and it rides in them conditions. So it's as good as anything else. So, yeah.
Oh right, sounds good. Yeah. If it's free, I'll take it. I'm only joking. But no, I'm seriously, I am looking for something. So any advice is appreciated. So
yeah.
I mean that rucker stuff. I had a really good. Pardon me, I had a really good deal on it. It's only because I was doing the Scottish little soldiers trip, and obviously I didn't know Phil from my moto then, so I actually knew a lad who worked in JNS. So when I went to JNS, they actually did me a deal on the rucker stuff to do the Scottish little soldiers run. So that's, if I'm being brutally honest, I wouldn't have paid the price of what they am if like I say, I got a good deal on it. So that's the only reason why I brought it. But it is expensive, and like I say, I think it's about nearly $2,000. It's about 1,700-1,800.
Is it?
Bloody
hell.
So like I say,
Royal Enfield Meteor for that.
It's not cheap, is it, that rough stuff?
No, but like I say, the other flip side of the coin is, like, I tried on that Klim stuff, which again, really good stuff. But nothing fit, mate. It was just, everything was just too big, massively too big, or it was too tight. Like the trousers are massively too long, and he's like, yeah, it's for off-roading, and I'm like, at the time I was like, I don't really do off-roading. I don't need them that big, that baggy, and they're massively too long. I'll get off them. I look like my dad's wearing, you know what I mean? They're my dad's, you know what I mean? It just don't look right. And then I tried that rucker stuff on, fit me straight off the back, looked nice, and I was like, right, can we do a deal on this? And that's how. That's what we did.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had anything that's actually fitted me 100% right. I've never tried something on and thought that's the one. There's always been something which I didn't really like about it, but you just reach a point where you just got to buy something, and that's what you can do, isn't it? Yeah.
Like I say, it was for me that rucker stuff. It was just I literally put it on, and and you're like, right, it's nice in the it's a nice length in the leg. It's not dragging on the floor. I put the 44 jacket on, fit me like a glove. Everything just fit really nicely, straight off the bat. So I was like saying, let's do a deal on this. But like I say, that unfortunately, I actually wanted the climb stuff or the climb stuff.
Yeah.
But I couldn't. I just nothing had fit me. Like I put the 42 jacket on, that was too tight across the back and the chest. I put the 44 on, and I looked like a 12-year-old kid in it. It was just absolutely massive. You're just like, I can't win here. It's just one of them.
I'll tell you what I have had actually, which has been quite nice. I had some Halverson's gloves given to me by Halverson's. Do you stock them, Phil?
We used to have them in Derby and Leeds. I think they're just running stock down at the moment.
Are they? Yeah. I had some gloves from them. They were really comfortable, really, really good. Yeah. But then, like, I went to ABR. I had them for about 18 months. I was wearing them all the time, and they just started failing. The inner lining where the waterproof bit is, like the plastic bit. When I was pulling it out, the whole lot was coming out. So it's they kind of died on me in the end. But I'm meant to be doing not a review, but just how I got on with them type of video at some point. But I'd really like them. But they were, again, they were sort of, I think they're about 200 quid, I think, which I wouldn't normally buy them. It's a secondary hobby for me, this bike and lark. So spending 200 quid, I'd rather take the kids out for a carvery or something
Yeah. But it's like Simon saying there about his RST stuff. That's what I had previously. I had the RST Adventure stuff, and that's got the like the waterproof lining on the inside. And I never had a drama with that at all. I had the full suit, and I ended up selling it just to kind of get a bit of money back to afford the rucker stuff. Where in hindsight now, if I'm being brutally honest, I wish I'd have kept it.
Really?
To be honest, again, that stuff fit me really well. So you kind of when you get something that fits you nice, you got to keep it, ain't you?
Yeah. How do you deal with people? Because you do a lot of mail order stuff, Phil, don't you?
Yeah. We ship quite a lot out of our place. Yeah.
And what happens if it doesn't fit when it gets there? Can they send it back? And is it a bit difficult?
Yeah, there's a return slip in with when you do the delivery. So you just basically tick it was incorrect size, and you can put down for either an exchange or return and refund. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So that's possible.
I mean, we always try and encourage people to come in the shop because, like you were saying about finding something that fits. Even like if you look at the RST, the Reshirt, all of them, they all fit different, even though it's the same brand. So
yes,
it's worth just spending half a day in the shop and just trying it all until you find something that's just right. So,
yeah, you can't beat being in the shop and trying it on, can you?
No, you can't. Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll see something, you think, oh, I don't want that, and you could say to me, "Oh, just try it," and I think, well, that's what I'm looking for. That quite often happens, doesn't it? So
yeah.
I think that's that. I've said that before. Well, I actually said that when I did the live on the My Moto. I'm one of them. I need to go and try it because in some jackets I'm a 42, in some I'm a 44, in some gloves I'm a medium, in some gloves I'm a large, I'm a small. You know what I mean? You've got to go and
does your head in. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
You've got to. It's nice to go to the shop and actually try the stuff on rather than just keep ordering stuff on eBay and then waiting for the return, waiting for your money back, and then you buy the next size down and then that comes and that don't fit neither, and you're just like,
yeah. We need a My Moto in Exeter. That's what we need.
We do.
So open up a new branch.
Keep saying to me, boss, we need more branches. Especially if it's somewhere nice and sunny like Cornwall.
Yeah.
Am I
Even
Marco
better,
in
Devon.
Morocco?
Yeah.
Morocco branch. I'll run that one. That Morocco branch. I'll run that one.
But yeah, it's funny, Joe, like you were saying about size as well. RST, I'm a medium in the jackets. In Risha, I'm an extra large. It's 2 sizes different from one brand to another. It's madness.
Yeah.
So where's it? Where's the difference? Like for me, when I tried that Klim stuff on to the Rucker stuff, like I put that Klim stuff on, and it just felt it felt like really restrictive on my shoulders. Do you know what I mean? And it just felt tight on my shoulders. And then, like I say, the trousers fit me, but they just felt a little bit too big on the waist and too long. And I put the Rucker stuff on, and it fit me perfectly straight off the bat. And that was a 42, where the 42 on the Klim was too tight, and the 44 was massive. The chest was huge on it. So, what was your difference? What was?
I found with say for instance, even with my leathers. So with the RST Track Tech leathers, they fit me brilliantly. If I go to the Pro Series, which is like the first of the airbag ones, the cut's shorter and wider. So I go from a 42 to a 44 if I want it to fit. Or if I go down to a 40, it's too short. It's weird. The sizing's kind of very different. But you can find that, like with, say, for instance, Staying Easy's Italian, generally speaking, their cut is like thinner and shorter. So you always kind of, if you want something that's a little bit more fitted, you end up kind of doing stuff like that, getting Staying Easy or Risha's quite fitted as well. Like I say, it's quite tight. So.
What's your biggest selling brand, Phil?
The what, sorry?
What's your biggest selling brand, your most popular?
Biggest selling brand? Each store's different. So ours at Manchester's Staying Easy, because historically it was just a Staying Easy shop, and then it became other brands when it became My Moto. Both Leeds and Derbyshire biggest brands RFT by quite a way. So yeah, we've got quite a strong following just because of the legacy of it being a Staying Easy shop and it evolving. So
yeah, cool.
But it's quite an insight when you see what other people are buying and the buying kind of trends. It's quite interesting.
Yeah,
a lot of people this time of year, loads of people buying stuff for track days in Spain at the moment. So it's just
lucky buggers. All right for some, isn't it?
I'm here in a freezing cold workshop and I'm preparing for Spain.
Yeah. What about that Vogue 300, Brian? Are you still thinking of that?
I really like that, mate. But I don't know.
You seem to be going over to the KTM, the more what I would call dangerous brands. At the moment.
Yeah.
Where you go out the first time, you break something, and you think, "Okay, I won't be able to get the part for another year or two."
Yeah, like I say, mate. Go on.
I think you've already made your mind up here. I think you've already in your head, you've got something already. Like, I know what I want. I know what I'm going to get.
I do know what I want. But like I say, I do want to test ride the other bikes at the same time, because that was like the BMW as well. I didn't want a GS because everybody's got a GS, so I purposely left that last, and then I sat on it, rode it, and within 10 minutes I was like, I can see why everybody's got one now.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see why everybody's raving about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I say, it's just one of them. I'm just looking at price ranges as well and stuff like that. So
you saying about BMWs? My local BMW got broken into last night, and they took two M1000 RRs, 2 of them. Wow. So it's about 80 grand's worth, and I expect 60, 70.
I was going to say they're at least 30 grand, didn't they? At least 30 grand. Yeah.
But it makes you wonder what are they going to do with them? You can't ride them, can you? Without all the, it'd be even hard to sell the parts because they're so niche.
Yeah,
you know, and basically it's a lovely showroom. It's been open for about 18 months now. It's all glass all the way around, and they just popped the corner and knocked out 2 of the bikes, pushed over a couple more, Whether they reeled them off and then sort of bunged it on the van, I don't know. But yeah, 2 of them are gone.
I don't know, mate. Somebody's got a crack. Somebody's got a wet and a dry bike 1000RR there, are they? You know what I mean? Even if they've got a BMW 1000R, do you know what I mean? They've only got to take all the carbon fibre off, put it on, get it sprayed. You've got, you know what I mean? You've got carbon fibre there.
It'll end up either riding around as a clone or on a racetrack somewhere or abroad.
Yeah,
one of those 3.
Yeah.
It must have been a professional job to do that, because I mean, I would imagine it's quite an open area and quite a busy-ish road. You know, even at night time, you got things going through. So,
I've got to open the door. Sorry.
Carry on, mate. Carry on. Must have been a quick hit and run, because as I say, it's all glass all the way around the building, and that's going to affect their insurance now, big time, I would imagine.
I mean, with a bike like that, it's such a high-priced bike that if they were going to break in, they're going to take that one. You would think it was almost worth setting up the tracking system, because I think the BMs have tracking systems on them anyway, don't they?
Good point. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, and there's going to be cameras everywhere in theory, you know, on the outside of the perimeter, the whole lot. But yeah, 2 of them are gone. So it just goes to show it can easily happen. You know, they got some balls, haven't they, to do that, really.
Yeah.
I do think now though, like when I was a kid, you know, you wouldn't have the breast neck to do that. Where nowadays it's like almost like the people ain't bothered. The youngsters these days just ain't bothered about it. They're just going to do it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's probably, I could be utterly wrong here. I'm no specialist in this, but I think the people that are nicking the bikes are proper, hardcore thieves. Like, you know, it's not like in the old days where, you know, you get people nicking a little 125. I think there are some real big concerns going on now.
Yeah. So
that's
I mean,
a lot like that targeted.
Well, that's a big name bike as well. The thing is, it's like, apart from the frame and the engine, nothing else is serial numbered. Nothing else at all. You know,
right?
The frame, you know, if you buy, when I used to race, so the frame, if you do a track day, you could scrub the number off the frame. Do you know what I mean? And if the only difference is if the police come on a track day and you've not got any, as long as you've got a blank frame, they can't do anything. Because what we used to do, we used to buy the frames from like Triumph or Kawasaki or whatever, we'd get a receipt then to say that we've bought the frame. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, at least then they can see that you've actually bought a blank frame. Do you know what I mean? Where if you haven't got nothing to say that that bike has got a blank frame, then, you know, they could confiscate it off you. Even on track days, they can confiscate it off you. But, you know, I only ever had once the police turn up to a track day and check the bikes once in 7 or 8 years. But, you know, a lot of the times now, you know, it's like I said, them kind of bikes, you know, you might get a couple, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9 grand for the engine, but you'll probably get more for the wheels.
Yeah.
The brakes, all the other bits to cover, you know, the kind of loss of the engine and the frame.
But what I never quite understand is that with a bike such as that, if that goes on eBay, even in 18 months' time, that is still pretty obviously going to come from those bikes that were nicked. You know what I mean? Because they're just not very popular. So it always makes me wonder, what are you going to do with them? You can't start them, you can't do them, you can't sell the engine. Or,
unless you're already in the system, i.e. like racers and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
then obviously, you know, you've got people there who want, you know, carbon fiber wheels. I had, you know, when I raced, I ended up with carbon fiber wheels and stuff like that. You know, you can go the full limit if you wanted to, but there is ways and means around getting around things. You know what I mean? It's like I say, you know, a set of wheels, like even for my Triumph 675, like you're looking 600-700 quid for a set of wheels, and that's without discs. Then you've got to pay for the discs, and then do you know what I mean? There's loads of stuff that you can go for. Then, you know, the calipers, the brakes, the Brembos, you know, then your list starts adding up. But to me, if somebody's nicked them out the showroom, then that, especially straight out the showroom, that they've been already targeted. That them bits are stripped down. Them bikes are stripped down and gone now. There's hardly nothing left of them now.
No.
But yeah, it is that sad state of affairs.
Yeah, it is really, because it affects everybody in the end, doesn't it? You know, insurance costs will go up, and
it's just that, like you know, if you take your bike there to be serviced and you've got a BMW 1000RR, what are you going to take it there because it's been broken into and they've already targeted it? You know what I mean? Yeah. So you look, you know, you're looking at a different scenario there. That not only have they lost 2 bikes, they could be losing sales and services and all the rest of it because people are saying they've had 2 bikes nicked.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know,
it's funny times.
Like Andy's saying there, they probably sold abroad. They'd be gone now, mate. They'd be absolutely gone. You know.
Yeah.
They'd be stripped down, left the engine, left the frame, and all the bits, mate, will be on. Somebody would have bought them already.
They picked the right ones to push away, though, didn't they? With all that carbon fibre. I mean, it's a lot easier than pushing a GS, isn't it?
Yeah. Very true.
I had to get a little one in there, Peaky.
Oh, mate. I'll tell you something there. When I dropped that bike, mate, I was just like, oh, my days. The first time I dropped it, I went to lift it, and I was like, mate, I got no chance of lifting that up on my own. Not a prayer.
You said that at ABR. Didn't you say when you tried to lift it at ABR, you nearly blew a spleen out?
Mate, honestly, I thought to myself, I'm going to start bleeding from my nose or something in a minute. I've ruptured my spleen trying to lift my BM off the floor. So, in the end, it took about 3 of us because we was all slashed. Do you know what I mean? We was all pissed by the time everybody got back round. Do you know what I mean? The bike was lying down that long; it had gone to sleep.
You've all seen it, haven't you? Where somebody drops their bike and you go out to help, and they're like, "No, I've got it, I'm right." And really, they're thinking, "Oh shit, I just want to die," like, you know.
Yeah.
And you go over and help them, and you get some magic power, don't you, to pick up your bike?
Yeah.
Not that I've done it at the lights, not yet.
Yeah. But that's what I dropped mine, and there must have been about 30 people watching me. Way! You know, you're like, oh my god. Oh my god.
I wouldn't have done that, Brian.
You was one of them. But he goes, you know, it's one of them. You know, you take your helmet off, and you're like, I ain't going to touch it yet. I'm just going to leave it there until I grab my breath back, dust myself down, and then I'm going to try and lift it up.
Yeah. Wait for everybody to stop laughing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time I dropped a bike, well, I crashed it, proper crashed it. It was a road bike, and I literally just ran over to it and picked it up. But I think it was the adrenaline of crashing. If it was on my driveway and it just fell off the sand, there's no way I'd have got it up. I'd have been struggling, but I just went, whoosh. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to see the damage type thing. So yeah.
What bike have you got again, Phil?
That's what I'm saying.
What bike have you got, Phil?
He's got a few. How you feel?
I've got a few, yeah. My 2 main ones, I've got 2 Kawasaki ZX-7Rs on my main bike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm.
I mean, when that BM fell over, when I was with Jay, Crazy Legs, was in this on top of this hill, and I'm like, we're talking, and all I heard was boom. You know, you turn around, I was like, my bike fell over. He was parked behind me, and I'm like, how's mine fell over and yours, eh? Do you know what I mean? Mine just likes to lie down, I think.
Did you release the footage of that? Because you said you didn't have the pride to release it at first, but then...
No, I put it on the video. I did. I put it on the video. I was going to publish it, but then I thought, you know what, it's a bit of a laugh at it, so I'm going to bang it out there and let people have a laugh at it.
That's like when I rode over my own 360 camera. At first, I couldn't face putting it online. And then I was just like, yeah, there's no denying it happened.
Yeah. But that was like Jay when his 360 camera come off on that ride to the hills. Remember that?
Oh, did it come off on that?
Yeah, come off on that.
That.
Scratched all the lens, that 360. That what was it? I think it was an NX3 or something, or an X4 he had, the 360 camera.
Oh, good.
So, but to be honest, mate, you weren't that bothered about it. He just picked it up. He picked it up and off. He carried on then.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's.
Have you got a drone, Brian?
I did have, yeah. I've sold it now because I didn't use it enough, mate. If I'm being brutally honest. I had the DJI Mini 3, but I sold it because, like I say, mate, for me, the idea was, to get some good aerial shots and stuff like that. And I just barely used it because by the time you've pulled up, got the drone out, set it all up, checked the area, all the rest of it, it's like 20 minutes. And, you just think, I can't be bothered. I'd prefer to stop and have a brew than get the drone out. And if there was a quicker drone, then I'd probably look at having another drone. But at the minute, like I say, I sold that. I think I sold that for about 500 quid, 500 quid. Lee from Bailatron. If you watch his channel, the drone that he crashes, that's my drone.
Yeah, that's your old drone.
All right.
That's my old drone.
Hasn't DJI done one with like all the fans are covered? Joe, it's like a box, and you can just
the Neo. Is it the Neo?
Yeah.
That'd be an easy one, wouldn't it? I'm guessing.
I don't know.
I don't think it's got what. I think they're good for like follow you mode. When they're following you, but I don't think it's got what you really want out of a drone. When we think of drones, you want to be up high, you want to have a good clear picture. That thing isn't so well set up for that. It's about £200, I think, isn't it? Is that the one that I'm thinking of? Yeah. It's £200. It says it all really. Whereas the DJI 3, I think it's around 500 or 600 now, and the 4 is 900. And it's the 4 that I'd like really, but it's big money, isn't it?
A lot of money.
Something that you don't use very much.
Something that you could crash.
Exactly. Yeah. Straight up, straight down. Great.
Yeah. Tony Jackson's just saying that he's looking at some heated gloves. Has anybody got any recommendations? So we just spoke about this, but it's so I've gone for the Kois. I've got all Kois heated stuff. So it's for me, then probably the leading heated gear stuff on the market for me. You can get other ones that you got batteries and stuff like that, but at least when you plug it into the bike, you've got 100% power all the time. So, and you can turn the gloves. There's like 3 different levels of heat on the gloves and stuff. So I've always gone with Kois. So
I think Kois are like the industry standard for heated kit, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
The top to toe coverage and.
Yeah. I mean, and he's saying that he's got the Mini 4 Pro.
That's what I want.
That'll probably be my. To be fair, I'll probably wait now until the next DJI come out, and then I'll look at getting one.
Yeah.
So, but at the minute, like I say, I just didn't. I didn't use it to warrant to have it enough. Do you know what I mean? I'd get to places and you've got to kind of really stop. I need to take it out, open it up, make sure the batteries take ages to charge. You just like, I want to get to somewhere. And off it goes. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I want. But with that DJI Mini 3, it was good, but
it took some setting up. You wouldn't want to use it when you're with a group, would you?
No.
With them waiting around. But for me, I would want to use it when I go out on a trip, like the video that I put out on Sunday with the Dawlish Bike Show. That would have been good, just to have sort of 10 seconds aerial footage, send it up, pull it down, crack on, and have a look round. That would have been ideal. It would have made the video better, and that's why I want it. Want some sort of drone. Yeah. Fen was saying about that. Oh, I missed the comment now. There's a new DJI. DJI Flip. But I think that I'm right in saying that is more a selfie drone as opposed to like a proper DJI Mini 4 or whatever. I could be wrong.
There you go. And Andy's saying there the Pro 5 is on its way.
I've heard
it's going to be out just over $1,000.
Yeah.
So, is there was there something recently about America banning DJI or something?
Yes, I heard about that. Yeah.
Bit of a security risk or something with it.
Yeah. It was something to do with because it's Chinese made or something like that. Something like that.
Every time I do an update on my Instas, it's all a load of Chinese writing in there. You just click agree, don't you? And it's got that access to it. It's probably the same with DJI anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. I think there's been quite a lot going on in America at the moment, isn't there, with drones flying over and they don't know what they are and they think it's military and all that sort of thing. So it might be part of it as well, maybe. Of course, they've had all the fires as well, haven't they, which have been terrible.
Yeah, like I say, you know, I just think at the moment, it's like with the new microphones that DJI have brought out, them new mini mics.
They're brilliant.
Again, I've watched a couple of people, and to me, what I've saw is the quality isn't as good as the Mic 2. And that's just my opinion. But I don't think the quality
still good enough though. Still good.
I know, but I want my voice to be crisp and perfect because everybody needs to hear it.
So
we noticed that.
Voice coaching, don't go amiss.
yeah. So you can hear all the yam yams and yeah, that's why. So, yeah.
No, I felt that mini mic for me has meant that I could get rid of the shitty. Because to be honest, the sound on the DJI 5 with that little block thing that you can plug in onto a 3.5 jack is pretty rubbish. But now I can put that mic mini into my helmet. I can actually clip it in on top, and it's so much better. You know.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm at the point now where I'm happy with my setup. Do you know what I mean? I'm kind of second guessing whether to buy stuff now because you know I've had now the DJI's nearly 2 years now.
Yeah.
You know, I've literally just bought the 5, but I had the 4s before that. So you know, I'm at the point where I'm quite happy with what I've got, and I don't want to kind of mess anything up, boys, buying something new, especially your audio, because it took me absolutely donkeys to get my audio.
It's a ball like, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely took me ages to get my audio all right, and you know now it don't sound too bad. I can ride with my voice. I ride with my visor open a lot, but now at least now I can ride with my visor open up, and I know when I can talk, when I can't talk. You know what speed I need to be doing. You know, for example, I was talking when I'm doing 70 mile an hour on a motorway or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It just all helps. But
I think now, not so much the audio, but certainly the cameras and the drones. I think they've reached a point now where they can't really get much better, can they? Because no one wants to film in anything higher than 4K 60, unless you do slow-mo, obviously.
Have you seen Aggish Whisperer's 8K video?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Because that looks really good. I mean, it's black and white, but you know that took a week to upload to YouTube. For 8K.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's madness. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Teapot does his in 1080, doesn't he? I don't think he goes 4K on it. Bruce.
I thought he did.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Did he go 4K?
I don't know, mate. I've never asked him. Maybe.
They just said there's no point in going. You're better doing 1080p on a higher frame rate than trying to go 4K. So.
I have actually run a test on that, and I still find that if you go into 4K, you still get more detail. It is sharper.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to crop in, then you can't crop in on 1080, can you?
No, yeah.
But you can on 4K, high bit rate. So that's just what I found. I did a side-by-side test on that, and 4K 30/60 works for me best.
Yeah, I mean, Fenn's saying there he films in 5.3, so I'll film everything in 2.7, and then upscale it into 4K. But
see, I don't understand how upscale works, because if it's not filmed in 4K or 8K or whatever, I don't see how it can be upscaled, because it can't create things, can it? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but that's what I'll do. I'll film in 2.7 and then upscale it to 4K. So I suppose. Well, the reason why 4K works is so when you zoom in, so that you've got more pixels when you zoom in. If you're not zooming in, then what's the difference between a 2.7 and a 4K? There's next to nothing, really, as a standalone cameras. Do you know what I mean? But if you're zooming in, obviously, if you're zooming into the shot, the 4K, it's going to be clearer in the 4K than it is in the 2.7 if you zoom in.
Yeah. That's why I do it, really, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll just be the upscaling will be similar to what your telly does, Joe. When your telly upscales, it'll just be smoothing the pixels across more, and then doing like a sharpen or definition on it, like what you can do through Photoshop and things like that. You can sharpen up images, can't you? So
yeah, and the other reason why I show it in 2.7 as well is you get also a longer format on the card as well, so you get more hours on the card. On the Action 5, you know, if you put a 256 gigabyte card in there at 4K, I think you only get 4 hours. You don't get long. So I'll shoot in 2.7, and then, you know, at least then you've got like 8 or 9 hours. You've got the full day kind of thing. So that's one of the reasons why I shoot everything in 2.7. 2.7 24 frames a second.
How much of your old footage do you keep, and how much do you just delete?
I don't keep anything. No.
I keep all the bigger reviews, like the Honda reviews. I keep the ride-by shots and all the shots that take the time. I keep that because then I can, like, if I'm trying to think of an example now, like if I'm doing like a CB 500 or whatever, and I get a CL 500, I can cross-reference it back in the video if I want to, and that is sometimes quite handy, you know, to sort of have that on the back burner.
I keep a lot of the 360 stuff so that I can go back, re-edit it, and do a reel out of it and things like that.
Oh yes,
In fact, it's that Motor Guzzi video I did just recently, that V7. Tried the two RS cameras from work, and the aspect ratio was wrong, so it was too zoomed in. So I managed to go through loads and loads and loads of old videos and just pull clips of the same pipe from all over the place and overlay it as B-roll just to make it work still. But without all that footage, it'd been start again.
It's quite nice as time goes on when you're doing this YouTube like, and you get a problem like you're missing sound or something like that, and you learn how to get over those problems, you know, whether it's voiceover or whatever.
Music.
You know, because in the beginning, sometimes I've lost stuff and it's been the end of the world, like, you know, I've lost a video. But now I just bluff it. And no one knows.
I think that comes out with experience when you're editing, because then you can sit there and like you don't panic as much. You can go, right, what I want to keep that shot, but you know, I can put something else in there. I can put to some music or chop it into something else. Do you know what I mean? Or even leave it in, switch the camera angle, but leave the audio. So it's, do you know what I mean? There's I think once you start editing and you find your own little way of editing, you can actually maneuver around things a bit easier rather than it being really daunting. Because that's what I found when I first started. You know, you wanted it to be perfect all the time. Everything needs to be perfect, and perfect what it is. You know what I mean? Nothing's perfect, so you're better to have your little clipping here, there. Do you know what I mean? Or somebody falling off, or you're laughing and you're joking, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Well, that's just me. I prefer that. Like I say, it's like going back to Dave, Really Good TV. Do you know what I mean? That little outtake he did the other night, where he, mate, I was crying. I was sat at work. I was absolutely crying after that.
We've all been there, haven't we? Yeah,
because you could see the frustration coming in his face. You could see him, like you could see him pissing himself. You couldn't see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he, forget it. I'm done. Forget it. I'm off. I ain't doing it no more. And we've all got to that stage where you've just got to forget it. I ain't doing this no more. I ain't even going to try.
Oh, yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Oh, it was good. And like it's like with yours when you do yours at the end of the year, Stevie. Do you know what I mean? I love them, the outtakes where people just walk past your camera and you're like,
yeah, I know. Yeah. I got loads of, but they never seem to do very well, those videos. So, and to be honest, I haven't really had so many. Like I used to get them all the time, but now I don't get them so much. So I still got a few.
You're a massive YouTuber now, so everybody knows who you are. I did try and keep a straight face. Well, but now I do like them videos, and I do like it when people keep you know, not keep it in the shot, but like at the end of the video, and they have like a little outtake, or at the beginning, and they have like the little dramas that they have throughout. Do you know what I mean? They don't show it all, but they show you like the little clips of the dramas just before it comes up, so it makes you kind of watch it.
Yeah,
I do
I'm
really
going
like
through
it.
a bit of a phase at the moment of watching the old Beatles about, and
Beatles about.
obviously I'm go on
That got
YouTube and
banned.
watch Beatles about.
That got banned, eh? That did.
No,
That got banned. Beatles about it. It did. That lad, they did that bungee jump, and that lad died on the bungee jump.
No, that was Noel Edmonds on what was it called?
Oh, Got Your Oscar.
Was it Got Your Oscar? But yeah, he did a bungee jump and he never tested the rig and the bungee snapped.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
No, this is Jeremy Beadle, isn't it? That I'm talking about.
Watch out, Beatles about.
That's the one. You go back and watch them, and I tell you what, hats off to them. How they set all of that up with the cameras in the vans, which are like blacked out windows on it back then, and they had the audio. I mean, that is quite something, you know, to be able to pull that off back then. With you know, they don't have the gear that we've got now, let alone back then. You know.
No. There you go. No Lenderman's house party. That was it.
Yeah, Mr. Blobby.
Yeah. They never tested the rig, and the lad did. That was one of his things. He wanted to do a bungee job, and he got took off air for that. I remember that happening. I remember that coming off air. But
I don't remember that for some reason.
Yeah. It was a massive.
I did like that though. Again, that Got You Oscar thing that he used to do as well. That was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
really good.
But it's funny how like Ant and Dec have almost done it as well now, haven't they? Like on their Saturday Night Live and all that. Like, I know, but you can see why people are trying to like not carry it on, but like make their own little format of it. Do you know what I mean?
That format.
The thing is,
still works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Thing is that with health and safety in that now, like you see what Beadle used to do, going up ladders, this, that, and the other. They're not going to let them do that now, are they?
No.
You know, you need a safety officer and writtenness and insurance and risk assessment sheet. Oh, utter bollocks, isn't it? You know, people can't. You just want to be entertained. It's not a lot to ask, is it?
No,
don't get me on that.
that's for another week.
Complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for another week when Steve is having the rage. Health and safety.
Once I start, I won't stop.
The health and safety podcast.
Yeah. You can do that
I
on
might
your channel.
skip that one, Phil.
Brings us on to the whole Joe Shaky Burns suing the MSV, the organisers of Great Superbikes, for his injury. Have you seen that?
No.
And the supposed knock-on effect of all that, because he was doing a test day at Snetterton, and they didn't have an air fence on a bend where during a normal race meeting they had an air fence. So his argument was that the safety levels should have been the same whether it was a practice day or a race day. So, and he won. So now it's like it opens up race organisers to all sorts of things.
But the thing is, like at the end of the day, if it's a track day, it's a track day. If it's an ACU test day, then it's a in a race environment. So there probably should be. If it's a track day, it's a track day. It's a race environment. You're on track. Do you know what I mean? You're not. No, you shouldn't have like we had it in Spain, where you get like when you go over to Spain, you get you know your Guy Martins and your Tom Sykes and all them not come over, and you're doing a track day, and you know we in the fast group, you know, as amateurs, we was quite quick. They're coming past you like you're standing still, and it's dangerous. It's proper dangerous. Do you know what I mean? But you know you can't stop it because
that's racing.
You know, everyone's at different levels, but on a track day, it's you know you kind of want to go in and say, right, get on an ACU test day because the levels are higher there. This is a track day. This ain't an ATU test day, and they was using it like a test day rather than a track day.
Yeah, I've seen a clip of I think it was Jason O'Halloran at Cadwell. So the guy had a camera on board as he was doing a track day, and O'Halloran came past like so quick, so quick.
Like I say, mate, when we did the first Ducati Cup, mate. Honestly, the lads there, you know, some of the lads went in there thinking, yeah, you know what I mean. They in not novice racing, but novice racing. You know, them coming first, second, third, fourth every week. They jumped in that Ducati Cup, mate, and there was, you know what I mean. There was 4 of them at the back racing, not to be last. Everybody else had just shot off. Do you know what I mean? And that's the gap. That's the difference between a professional who does it every single day and the lads who are doing it once a week or once a fortnight on a track, and only having a day before to learn the track.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a little bit bad. But we've I've had it myself when I race myself. You know, you have, you know, it's that I'm going to walk on the back of him, you know, and then all of a sudden, you know, you've crashed. You know, you're out of talent at the end of the day. Well, you know what I mean. You ain't got that skill set in the bag. But yeah, man, it was good and nice to watch. Though it was good to watch to sit there and watch these lads go round and. Do you know what I mean? You know, their corner exit, their entry exit, and you know what I mean. They're exiting and stuff like that, and try and learn from it. But on the same time, you know, they come past you. You thinking you're pinned, and they come past you like you're standing still, and you just think,
wow. It's incredible, isn't it? Yeah.
Wow. You know what I mean? You know, and then you speak to them afterwards. You know, when you're in the hotel and you're all having dinner and stuff like that, like you know what I mean. And you have a couple of beers, and then you know you get to talk to them, and then. You know, I never forget it. They just go. The one bloke said to me, it was like it's either off, it's either on, or off. You're either accelerating or you're braking. There's nothing else. There's no in between. There's no progressive unless you're going through a corner. If you're on a straight, if you come out that corner and you're on full chat, and that's it. The next time that turns is when you're braking. That's it. And I was just like. I can't do that. I can't do that. Well, but yeah.
That's what I've done on my track days, Brian. Just permanently on all the time. All the time. But those little buttling spikes, they went well, you know.
Racing the kids.
Until your coin runs out and you have to pop another one in.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He's got the bloke. He chased him over the little track trying to stop him. He just keeps putting another pound in while he's moving.
Flick the switch.
Yeah. So right then, lads, we've done an hour and 10 minutes. So I think that's enough for a Saturday.
Thank you very much to my lot for coming in and watching this, and thanks to everybody on the podcast. If Brian will let me put this out on the podcast, which I'm
no problem, mate. No problem at all. There's no issue with that. And like I say, and for the lads and girls on Stevie's, if you have enjoyed it, I do this every Wednesday over on the Peaky Biker Live. So if you do like it, I have different guests on every week. So it's not just the same guests. I do try and mix it up a little bit. So yeah, it's if you do want to pop across and come and see us, it'd be absolutely fantastic. It's always nice to have different people in the comments, other channels that we haven't seen, and other people and stuff like that. It's absolutely fantastic. So,
a lot of variation, which is good.
Yeah, it is. It's nice as well. It's nice. So I'm just going to quickly run through. If you guys want to shout out some names as well, if I missed anybody. So I'm going to start from the top, which is Fentua, Andy Arup, John Pell, Real Riders Podcast, Danny Daly, David Ramsey, Motar Crad, Pecos Paul, Mark from Leeds, Glenn Olorenshaw from Queensland, Tony Jackson, Jay Crazy Legs on a Bike, Paul Egan, Jeremy Jones, Zed Howie, Gravy Davey Rides. He's a good lad. He's proper funny. Pinky Werewolf. That's a great name. That's a great name. That is. I like that. Moto Tour Island. JJ 1050. Llama Farmer also came in. Ken Brooks. Howie 7.
Oh, Ken was there, was he? I missed him.
Yeah. Ken Brooks. Yeah, hold on. Evening all. Kazar Moto, who are from Australia. That's my favourite Australian channel.
Mark Torbay. Simon Brackett.
Simon Brackett, the Matlock Biker, Mick Sheldon. Viking Critter also jumped on. Andy JSI Tractor.
Oh, Dave was on here.
Dewey Wright. Des Miller. Simon Brackett. I don't know if you said Simon Brackett.
Yeah.
Mark Torbay. Andrew Bristow. You a darts player?
I went to school with Andy, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
Motorev. I don't know if I said Mick Sheldon. Morimoto, come on as well. Two Wheeled Willie. I think that is about the lot.
Yeah, I think that's about it, isn't it? Ferret's Magical Mystery Tour.
Ferret, so DSR. So Ferret's Magical Mystery Tour. That's the lad I went on the off-roading with when I kept falling off.
Of course it was. I thought I'd have heard of them before.
Yeah. Oh, we also had Bandit Man UK in as well.
Yes.
I did say that. Bandit Man UK.
How's his back now, Brian? Ferret's back after picking up your bike 10 times. Oh, there you go. Got the F-bomb. Look. Took an hour. I thought there was something wrong with you.
Sorry. No.
Got him.
John Gilbert as well. John Gilbert was in. I've got to say John Gilbert because he's a good lad. He is. John McPhee has literally snuck in at the end there. What's he saying? I thought they'd be back. I mean, my motto was his double. so right then, guys. So we're going to knock it off now. So genuinely, guys, it's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you to everybody in the side chat. This wouldn't go on without you guys in the side chat. Not only if you're asking us questions, but just chatting amongst yourselves as well. Because at least then when you guys talk amongst yourself, you might find that somebody else in the area, or you can meet up, or different bike rides, or different, like tonight, different equipment, different clothing, heated clothing, and all the rest of it. So it does differ every week and it's not just bike related as well. It normally is bike related, but it's not always bike related. So yeah. So as usual, guys, if you can all stay safe, keep your family safe, and all do one thing, which is smile. Come on, Stevie, show me them gnashes. Show me them gnashes. Until the next time I'll see you all soon. Look at him. He loves it really. He wants to do it really. Look at him. Look.
Has he gone?
No.
Ah.
Right then. I'll see you all soon. He looks bored.